Hello friends, thanks for tuning in. Over the past few months I've been trying different things with my videos and actual just handwritten blogs, text blogs and things like that. I've talked to lots of different people that some people love the videos and some people love shorter videos, some people love the longer videos while they're getting ready in the morning or working out or something. Some people like to read. They don't like the video. They want to read it at their own pace, the information that I'm trying to share. So I don't know what that means for my content strategy, but I think I will continue to mix it up and do what I'm feeling on doing. So today, I thought I would talk about some things that I've been working on related to relationship and conversations. And this affects business and personal. So I'll just jump into it a little bit. I think the title of this one's going to be Conversations, R&R, which some people think of rest and relaxation when they hear R&R. And the other thing is you should. Those two topics for today's video. The R&R and conversations. Let's talk about that first. So I heard this recently that when you're having a conversation with someone, it's a little easier to have this in a business conversation than it is with your spouse or a partner. But the R&R conversation idea is, do you want to work on the relationship in this conversation, or do you want to be right in this conversation? So R and R. And that is such a powerful idea to me, especially for me. I have a tendency of, it's not necessarily that I want to be right. Trista's like, baloney. It's more that I don't want to be unjustly accused, or I don't want it to appear that I've done something wrong when I don't believe I have done something wrong. It's more like a defensive mechanism of being right and arguing my point or my case. So back to the difference between a business conversation and a personal conversation. Let's say I was talking with a client and they said something that is completely false about domain hosting or something like that, right? And in my heart, in that moment, I'm like, that's complete BS. You're wrong. And that's not how I would present it. I would present it to a client like, well, I've been doing domain hosting stuff or DNS settings things with GoDaddy and Network Solutions for most of my adult career. And I want to share this with you. Here's what I know, and blah, blah, blah. And you can see how that's different. I'm not coming at you saying it's wrong, that you're wrong, even though you are completely wrong. I'm trying to be careful because I'm focused on the relationship. And Trista, by the way, is my wife. Trista's saying, boy, wouldn't it be nice if you carried that over into some of the conversations we have in our personal lives? And she would be right. So what I'm trying to do there is, gosh, and this is something I've been working on for the past 2 or 3 years. Do I want to be right and ruin the day? I think I might have even mentioned this in a recent post I did. There are times when I can just go round and round with Trista about a certain thing that we're having a disagreement on, to the point where I definitely don't want it to be where she just gives in because she's tired of talking about it, but where she's like, okay, you're right. But then she feels less than or beat down or whatever, because I wouldn't let it go. And that's a me problem. And I know that. And it's the struggle, just know internally, it's not that I'm a jerk. I don't think. It's that I'm protecting myself from being unjustly accused or whatever the deal is, because in most interactions, my intention and my heart around the issue is to make life better for people, to make people smile, different things like that. And I make mistakes all the time. It's just that when I do something that has the right intentions that's misinterpreted or taken incorrectly, it feels very unjust, and I try to correct it by walking around the issue and talking about the issue, and that can come across like I'm trying to be right, when really I'm just trying to protect myself. But again, do I want to be right or deal with that issue and hurt the relationship, whether it's a business or personal conversation? So that's the first half of this video, is the idea of when you're in conversation with people, think about the R&Rs of conversation. Do you want to be right, or do you want to focus and improve the relationship that you're having with the person on the other side of the table from you? I love that idea, and I've been really focusing on that. Okay, in the second part of the thing for today, of the video, is this idea of you should. I don't know where that came from. I think it could be, so let me give you an example of what I mean. You and I are talking, and you tell me this problem you're having, and I say, well, you should do this. And I'm saying it with knowledge. I know a potential solution. I'm saying it with love because I'm trying to help you and things like that. The problem is sometimes you should feels so prescriptive. It feels so don't tell me what to do kind of thing. This is business and personal as well. And I found through counseling and lots of conversations the past couple years that I was using you should a lot. And I still struggle not to do that. That's something growing up in my household in Wichita with my family. We would say that, we would speak truth to the situation. It wasn't, we were a loving family and my parents and my brother, but my dad, my brother, and I are all captains of the ship. And we will say, you should ask for directions and not sugarcoat it. Maybe you should stop at the 7-Eleven and consider asking someone for directions since we're freaking lost, right? No, you should ask for directions is how my brother and I and my dad, I think my brother's the best of all three of us though. He is very good about trying to say things in a way that can be heard well. And so anyway, I'm having to break decades of talking that way in our atomic family into the real world and with my friends and business people and everything like that. And especially with Trista. So she does not like to be told what to do. And sometimes she'll do the opposite just because she doesn't want to be told what to do. So I've been working on, instead of you should in my language, it was a subtle shift and it makes all the difference in the world and it totally works for Trista and other people. And I even did this with my good friends Scott and Kristen at dinner recently last week, and they paused and thanked and said, hey, that was a really nice adjustment that you made there. I just wanted to call that out. We were talking about something and I said to Scott, I said, hey, you should, and I stopped myself and I said, well, what I would do in that situation is, and it was so obvious in that moment for myself and for them that was a real effort on my part not to prescribe what people should do and tell them what to do. That's never what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to quickly and efficiently tell them, hey, you should try this, right? But just not using the words you should. For some reason, that's a trigger for some people. I guess it makes sense to me. I would rather people speak efficiently to me and say, you should consider doing this or whatever. But I'm trying to strike you should from my language. So instead, like I said in that example, the better way to do it that I've found comes across differently but gets the same point across is, well, if it were me in that situation, maybe I would try this. Or in the past, when I had that situation, something similar happened to me, here's how I handled it. And that's not me telling you what to do, but it's giving you the information that you need, that I'm trying to give to you, that might help you have some clarity with the issue that you're struggling with, or the thing that happened, or how to have a hard conversation, or whatever the thing is. And please remember, I've been in so many peer advisory groups for so many years that I have these frank, hard conversations about business and personal issues with people every month. That happens multiple times every month. I have 4 peer advisory group meetings that happen every month. It's a lot of serious conversation, and so I've had to kind of strike you should from my language and more kind of phrase it up of, hey, if I were in that situation, this is what I might try to do, or this is what I've done in the past that worked for me. So those are a couple of high-level conversation topic things that I've been focusing on personally, and it might be a good reminder for anybody that's watching this video, or you might not have heard about the R&R of conversation, focusing on the relationship instead of being right, and maybe striking you should from your language is something you could think about and see, like, start paying attention. Do you say you should when you're talking to people? Maybe that's something you could strike from your language also. And of course I have to make the nod because I've always loved George Carlin, the comedian, and he does this whole bit on us softening our language. Instead of shell-shocked, which was a condition after going to war, it's post-traumatic stress syndrome. And we boil out all of the meaning and the feeling from the words that we use. But in this case, I think those 2 tips are valid and worth considering. It's not necessarily that we're sugarcoating everything and making conversation harder or boiling all the feeling out of it. I just think it's good best practices, especially for me. I know this, I don't know, I have no idea how long this video was, but when I do videos, I'm going to probably just kind of do random thoughts like this and kind of talk through the stuff. I hope you enjoyed some of this content today. If you did, please let me know somehow. Comments, text message, whatever. And I hope you're doing well. I really do. Here it is, July. It's been really hot in Kansas City, and I hope anybody watching this video, it's July of 2025. And I hope anybody watching this video got something out of it, because that's the whole reason that I'm doing these. I don't monetize my channel. I'm not trying to have you do anything, click anything, subscribe to anything, whatever. I'm just trying to help. Have a good week, and I'll see you next time.